What's up, folks? Honey's Morning Update. Sorry, I haven't been around all week. I've been traveling. Anyway, what a shit show week this is. So first off, let's look at the ES gap from 878 to 896, basically 3,900. That's still a pretty good volume level right there. So 3,900 is obviously on my watch list for a retrace at some point. But that gap should be filled. I'm not saying that happens today, but at some point. For ES, this market needs to get above 37.40, 37.35, 40 to get up for us to test at least 3,800 today. Being OPEX, we have the AM options right now. We have 37.06 on the ES. This is rolled. But I would assume that they're going to try to open it around here to peg the SPX 3700 for the AM options settlement, which is done on the open. And then we're off to the races. If 3642 doesn't hold, then 3600 is wide open. My assumption is today that they will pin 3600, 3700, or 3800. One of the three on the close. Which one? I have no idea. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. We'll see if 42 holds and then maybe a 37. Maybe we just pen at 37 and have a slow day. I don't know. Relvol's at 104 now, so we will see. Here's the daily. This is that gap I was talking about, right up to 3,900, which is a volume peak. We do have some decent volume node right here at the 3690. But here's your downward spiral. This was the dump over the last week, and that's your 42 low right there. Your next volume spikes, and your POC for the daily is 32.28. I'm not saying we get down there, but we're kind of in a volume void until 33.75, 33.72. So downside to look at, but I don't think that that's going to be a big deal today. Again, I think they'll just get to the majors. Here's your R1 at 37.94, close to 3,800, and your S1's at 36.03. So your resistance and support level one and level ones are right at basically the two levels that I think will pin. So, or one of the three, 38, 37, 36. It's kind of what I'm looking at. Daily, what do we have? Oh, let's go back to the fibs. This Fibonacci level 3491 is your 50% retrace from COVID low to all-time high. 3801, okay, which is your 38% retrace, and then 4186 is your 23%. So 3180 is 61, and then anyway, so 3491 is obviously a level that I would be watching on for macro bottom, but 3801 is interesting too. So that's again ties into the 3800 level if we were going to pin a major. So that's kind of today. I don't know what we have in store. Currencies have been a fuck crazy, so again, 103 to 108, this is the level that I've been watching with the Euro USD. Technically we have a double bottom at the 103 half level. So we'll see if that continues, if we bounce up and get over 108, which should allow bulls to get in control of the equity market. But we're still clearly in downtrend. So I'll be watching this today. These swings have been nuts. Yesterday you popped, from 103.8 all the way up to, above 106. That's crazy. We don't see currency swings like that. So this is a lot of craziness with that. Anyway, so keep an eye on this. It didn't hold true yesterday as we were down, but the euro was up. So there was divergence between this and this. So don't don't rely too heavily on this for an indicator for XPX. Although it's held true, the last few days have not. So that's kind of a red flag, and we'll see if this comes together and starts working with it or not. You're also not seeing a huge VIX spike, and that's probably because we're grinding down and we're not, moving down quickly. That's going to really screw people up who have hedged downside with VIX, and the VIX is kind of starting to flatline. That's going to, it's interesting if the market goes down and then your short hedges, don't work. That puts a lot of pressure on people to try to, seek alpha elsewhere. So anyway, this morning I would assume that we would open up SPX around 3,700 to pin that AM strike. And then after that, who knows? I would assume a 3,800, 3,600, or 3,700 SPX close. So if we rip way up, I'll probably take a few 3,600, 10Y flies. If I can get a 3,700 cheap one, I might try it. And 3,800, if we go down, I might try that one, depending on. I just think they'll pin a major. But that's just me. That's typically what happens at OPEX. But with most of the AM options coming off at 3,700, actually most open interest was at 4,000. That's why we took the AM butterfly, or at least I did. A few others did. We're only 300 points off, such is life. But anyway, so this is kind of what I'm looking at. SPX cash gaps everywhere. You have 3,900. Look at these settlements, right? This is the hourly chart, 3,900. All right, so you're 10 shy of 3,800. Here's your major, 3,750. And then yesterday, the devil. So huge cash gap from, 3,730 to basically, 3,800. We have another one up to 3,900. That fills that cash gap from the ES from the other day. And then here's your gap from, up to 4017. So lots of gaps to fill on the upside if this ever reverses. The problem is this melt up scenario, and everybody, said we're going to go bullish. And I bought into it too. That's why I was long the 4,000 butterfly for the AM. But this is just not cooperating. Again, from just a price action aspect, ES needs to get over 3740 for this to save face and close somewhat neutral or with a bullish bias to kind of end this madness and maybe pop us up a little bit, start to clear some of this stuff out. Cash gaps and whatnot, repairs from singles and all the shit from just this trajectory down. But until then, we'll see. If we lose 642, though, it could be an ugly Friday. So I would just tone down size and be prepared for anything. The swings are going to be crazy today. And again, watch your majors. Anyway, have a good day, and I will be in the room all day.